Hey guys, quick question. Should we be rethinking pre-construction condo sales here in Toronto? I mean, with everything happening in the city's condo market right now, is it time to move away from buying based solely on floor plans and developer promises? The reason why I asked you this question is because I recently came across an article where a Toronto developer suggested that we follow the example of places like New York and Berlin, where condos aren't sold until they're actually built. So could adopting this type of model help stabilize our condo market and prevent this kind of issue that we're seeing today? Well, in this video, I'm going to chat exactly about this idea and see if this type of plan would actually be a step in the right direction. Hi there, and for those new to my channel, welcome. I'm Sonia Ramgobin, a realtor with RE/MAX, servicing the Durham region and the GTA. And as always, my hope is that these videos keep you informed and help you navigate the real estate market with confidence. So here in Toronto, around 70 to 80% of condos are sold before they're even built. So this is a process known as pre-construction sale. So basically, the developers get buyers to commit early by signing a purchase agreement. And once enough units are sold on paper, they then take those agreements to the bank as proof of demand. And then that helps them secure financing to actually build the project. So on the surface level, this model makes total sense. But here's where the problem starts. Here in Toronto, pre-construction condo market has become dominated by investors. So it's not people that are actually looking to live in these units, but those that are looking for profits, right? And while there's nothing wrong with investing, we have to admit that it has changed the way things get built. So let me explain further. Developers are now building small, low-cost units that are supposed to be easier to flip and rent. And as a result, we're seeing the market being flooded with these tiny shoebox condos that most people don't want to live in. So now we're seeing an oversupply of undesirable units. And in many cases, these entire projects are being canceled because nobody wants them. So here's where things get interesting. And this is the article that I was talking about. In cities like New York, Berlin, and Tokyo, the process works differently. The developers actually build first and then they sell. So instead of relying on pre-sales to fund construction, they secure the financing up front, take on the risk themselves, and then focus on delivering homes that people actually want to live in, not just units for investors to flip or rent. So according to president of Devon Developments, which is a Toronto-based builder, he believes that this model is actually far better. Why? Because it shifts the focus back to the end user, which is the actual homeowner, and not just investors looking for a quick return. So let me explain. When developers and banks carry the risk themselves, they are more likely to do their homework. They research real demand, choose better locations, and invest in high quality design. And in the end, that creates a better home for real people, not just investment products. But of course, this model isn't perfect and it does have its risk. So what if developers build and no one actually buys? That is a real concern, especially in today's economy. But as the Devon president points out, he believes that that risk should fall on experienced developers and big banks, not on everyday buyers who are just trying to find a place to live. Because let's be honest, when it comes to any type of business, there always is risk. He goes on to say that in order to help Toronto fix its broken housing system, we need to build smarter, not just faster. And that means rethinking how condos are financed, how they are designed, and most importantly, who they are built for. Because at the end of the day, he believes that housing isn't just about economics, it's about creating homes for real people who want to live in them. And he makes a valid point. If developers were to focus on what buyers and renters actually need, maybe we wouldn't be left with so many unsold, poorly designed units that don't serve anyone's needs. I agree with this because as an investor myself, I'm pretty particular when I look for an investment property. I don't just chase the cheapest property to buy and then rent out. I carefully evaluate the location and the property features to ensure it has what renters are looking for. This approach has always served me well because not only does it attract the right tenants, but it also creates stable, livable communities. So I'm curious to know, what do you think? Should Toronto ditch the pre-construction condo market and follow the lead of these cities like New York and Berlin? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay informed with more housing insights, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.